brief survey of the concept of land grants. Land grant, students, is something that was earlier from the very nascent stage, what you can say the initial stage. The land grants were given generally as charity to different religions. In that context, I had told you in the Mauryan period that Ashok and his son gifted a cave to Ajivika's. Name of the cave? Loma Shrishi Cave. Which hills? Barabar Hills. Area? Gaya. State. Keeping that in mind, students, from the beginning of religion, we see especially the Buddhists and Jains were given a lot of land grants. Land grants are what? These are religious tax-free land grants which are given to the Jains and Buddhists. The Brahmins instead, students, were not given land grants till now. For the first time, land grants were given to Brahmins by the Satavahanas. In that context, when I say land grants, till here, you will automatically understand that these are all religious land grants. However, from the Gupta period onwards, you will see there will be land grants or land revenue assignments which will be given to the administrative officials. इसका मतलब क्या है? पहले एक बार हिंदी में समझाती हूँ, ज्यादा अच्छे समझ में आएगा. Then I'll just translate it. हमारे पास में एक तो भाई अपन ने फ्री का रिलीजियस चैरिटेबल लैंड दे दिया. अब ये तो किनको देंगे? अपन ब्राह्मण हो गए, बुद्धिस्ट हो गए, जैन हो गए, इनको दे दिया हमने. ठीक है. इसके अलावा क्या होता है, गुप्ता पीरियड के बाद से जो राजा आएंगे वो क्या करते हैं, कैश सैलरी देने की जगह जो इनके ऑफिसर्स हैं उनको क्या करते हैं, उनको बोलते हैं ये पीस ऑफ लैंड तेरा, ये तेरा असाइनमेंट है, लैंड रेवेन्यू असाइनमेंट है जो मैंने तुझे कैश सैलरी के बदले दिया है. अब तेरी ड्यूटी क्या है, इस एरिया का लॉ एंड ऑर्डर मेंटेन कर, यहाँ पे जो भी टैक्स लाइबिलिटी बनती है उसको कलेक्ट कर, उसमें से अपना सैलरी पोर्शन निकाल लेना और जो एक्सेस बचता है सेंट्रल ट्रेजरी में भर देना. ये वाले ग्रांट्स टैक्स फ्री होते हैं. और दूसरे जो मैंने आपको बताया जिन्हें हम कह रहे हैं लैंड रेवेन्यू असाइनमेंट, ये किसको दिए जा रहे हैं? पहली बात तो ये ऑफिसर्स को दिए जा रहे हैं. दीज आर गिवन इन ल्यू ऑफ कैश सैलरी. व्हाट इज द ड्यूटी ऑफ द पर्सन who's been given a land revenue assignment? That guy will maintain law and order and collect taxes from that area. He will keep his own chunk in his pocket and the rest will be given to the central treasury. The moment the guy is retired, this land revenue assignment will be taken back from him. But these are hereditary and टैक्स फ्री. ऐसा थोड़ी है कि एक मंक मर गया तो उसके बाद अभी मोनेस्ट्री फोड़ दो, ऐसा थोड़ी कर सकते हैं. इट्स गिवन इन परपेचुइटी, योर्स, ऑलराइट, एंड इट्स टैक्स फ्री. द गवर्नमेंट विल नॉट आस्क फॉर रेवेन्यू आउट ऑफ इट. बट देन देयर इज अ सेकंड टाइप ऑफ लैंड ग्रांट. It's gonna start in our country, especially from the Harshvardhan period. These are all scattered information in the book. In the first read, you will never be able to make heads and tails out of it. Hence, by the second or third reading, you will understand that, okay, land revenue or land grant is also a theme, which I can see developing from the post-Mauryan period till the medieval period. This land revenue assignment by the medieval period will culminate into something that you all may have heard about, which is known as the जागीरदारी सिस्टम. तो ये सर्वे जो है ना इसका थीम का, ये यहाँ से शुरू हो रहा है, समझ रहे हैं आप? सो इट्स ऑल्सो थीम वेर इन वी फर्स्ट अंडरस्टैंड कि लैंड ग्रांट्स देने शुरू कब किए हमने ऑफिसर्स को. अभी के लिए हम यहाँ पहुंचे नहीं है, अभी हम सिर्फ रिलीजियस पार्ट पर हैं. वी आर ओनली टॉकिंग अबाउट रिलीजियस लैंड ग्रांट्स which have been given to Buddhists and Jain for a very long time, but to Brahmins who gave land grants for the first time, Satavahanas. These are religious land grants which are tax-free and hereditary. Got it? So we had spoken about the society, we had spoken about the religious developments, and term meaning NCERT में है वैसे ही. It's nothing, it's like factual information. In Satavahanas, under Satavahanas, a district is known as Ahar. Factual points. So basically, students, generally what happens, we do the dividation of empire. Today our country is divided. We have states, then we have cities, then we have districts, then at the lowest level we have villages. The lowest level of administrative unit in our country has always been a village. Let's take this concept in the ancient Indian period. If a king has a huge empire, he will first of all divide it into provinces. Provinces is something that you can understand in correspondence to states. These provinces are further divided into districts. Sometimes these districts are divided into sub-districts. And finally, the smallest unit of administration in India is village. Now, from the next chapter onwards, that is from the Guptas, you will witness that each of these have a name given. For instance, under the Mughals, the province was known as Suba. The district was known as Sarkar. The sub-district was known as Pargana. Same thing will happen under Guptas, then Palas, then Rashtrakutas. The idea is that we have divided our land on the basis of administrative units. And here, under the Satvahanas, a district is known as Ahar. All right, theek hai.